Never meant to lie to you. Couldn't face the truth with you. 'Cause I didn't want to lose my violence. So now I'm telling everybody that I know was a feud.
These people don't see it every day.
No, but what I would like to see is for children in our country to have a better future than what you guys have. And that's not going to happen when he's repressing his generation and his people by saying they have no hope.
What do you know about my people?
I know a lot about your people.
What do you know about my Give money, wipe the guilt away does not mean you know about the young black man of today's society.
What would you say is the answer to that? Violence?
No, it's making music. It's what I'm doing now.
Back in the early and late 90s, some rap groups were the most positive and militant, uplifting Arrested Development, with groups like Tribe Called Quest and KRS-One. Despite different approaches, they seemed to be working together to speak about the black experience and the melting pot. Although they themselves were industry plants, I believe more money could be made by planting other artists that influence the youth to act against it all. After the manufactured rise of NWA, it became harder to find any thought-provoking music promoted on the same level. I'll say it'll take courage to go searching. When everyone is talking about violence and sex, it's tough to talk about more cerebral issues without being laughed at by your peers and being called soft. It's more difficult to try and make the masses buy it, says Common. There is an overrepresentation of the criminal aspects of black youth culture. So what happened? How did rap evolve from its glorious past to what some suggest is its least innovative period? We all know the likes of NWA paved the way. A group that should have never been taken seriously. Beyond the Harmony explores NWA songs, suggesting it was parody rap.
But the impact of NWA was so grand and people didn't get it so bad that Hollywood even made 2 spoof comedy films, one called CB4 and the other called Fear of a Black Hat, to kind of tell the audience gently like, hey, it was a big joke.
And the craziest comedy can be dead serious, and I know you know what I'm talking about. Can you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying if you come see Fear of a Black Hat.
We take a look at NWA's body of work, half of them, at least 25 of them, are comedy, novelty, dance songs. Don't believe me? Let's take a look.
We've covered NWA in the Tricked into Gangsta Rap documentary. So to hear the other side of it, I suggest you watch Beyond the Harmony. Was NWA a novelty comedy satire group? Instead, we will focus on the artist that most people overlook, one that most people think stood up for the black community, one that all celebrities avoid telling the truth about. Tupac, he was the CIA's most prized asset that destroyed the Stop the Violence movement. He delivered them countless black males for incarceration in the prison industrial complex. He even modeled for it for months to show that every real G needs to make sure they do time in prison.
They describe jail as like, you know, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't wait to get to jail. Straight up. I mean, I was scared and everything. But
what, 3 hots in the cot? Or
no question. It was just that's where you get the game. That's where you got more soldiers at that build you. But now that I'm here, this is not the spot.
3 hots in the cot, no question. It was just that's where you get the game. That's where you got more soldiers at that build you. But now that I'm here, this is not.
For this, rap has had a contentious relationship with the legal system, and Tupac made it sound so grand.
Ain't a penitentiary built big enough for me. And who thinking elementary? Hey, I see the penitentiary one day. Elementary wasn't meant for me. I'm headed for the penitentiary. Now picture me scared of a penitentiary. It ain't easy. Well, I see the penitentiary.
Tupac helped destroy conscious rap, pushing people away from critical and positive thinking to violent troublemakers. Now listeners of rap are likely to become threats to society. We can see the decline of intellectual rap as Tupac picked beef with almost everyone within that sector, starting with A Tribe Called Quest.
Well, man, you know what I'm saying? A person who's a good friend of mine in this whole thing. Really not friends, but I think I have a lot of respect for Tupac, you know what I'm saying?
We have a group like ourselves who are very positive, who are doing other things, and negativity, you know, you need to praise it, you know, and don't just put us in that category. That's one thing.
He was talking all this unity shit, but then when they go home,
They be popping
Q-Tip, they made all these underground tapes dissing us.
Q-Tip?
Yes, Q-Tip.
Q-Tip be on some
So
shit.
then when niggas ride back, then they want to talk about the culture and be hip-hopish again. But that's not fair.
We have a group like ourselves who are very positive, who are doing other things, and negativity, you know, you need to praise it, you know, and don't just put us in that category.
Your ear hole so you could clean them shits out. It seen that some don't understand what I'm talking about. How you get West Coast nigga from West Coast hater? I can never diss a whole coast. My time is too greater. Yeah, we from the eastern land of originators. We also from the western land of innovators. Only difference of the two is the style of the rap plus the musical trap. This street shit is so whack that y'all brothers know I ain't no West Coast disser. Another thing I'm not is a damn ass kisser. So listen to my words as I set things straight. I ain't got no beef, so don't come in my face. Yo, keep it moving.
Q-Tip was on stage about to perform, or he was about to receive an award or something. And I think Pac had already kind of like had his dude already like snatch up the sound man. They threw their shit in, and on cue he went up there and did Out on Bail with like 8, 9 niggas. I just remember that someone came backstage, like somebody was crying. One of them niggas was crying, and it was like, yo, it's fucked up.
In his Death Row East interview, he states he wants to overthrow Nas and other nonsense like it, so that a more destructive label can feed the public.
All these weak rappers, Nas, all these suckers, they battling off of East and West like this is a game. Overthrow the government y'all got right now, which is Bad Boy and Nas and all that bullshit, and we will bring a new government here that will feed every person in New York.
In other words, a destructive ideology that would control society. Nas is said to be one of hip-hop's intellectual storytellers and conscious rappers, not known or taken as a hardcore artist. Tupac started a beef. It began in 1996 when Nas released a song titled The Message, a track in which Tupac believed he was dissed because Nas stated,
"Fake thug, no love, you get the slug. CB4 gusto, your luck ho. I didn't know till I was drunk though."
This nigga Nas went back home and started talking that fake thug and dropping little Jews and his shit.
This little nigga named Nas thinks he live like me. He talk about he left the hospital, took fire like me. I heard Nas got beef cause I'm dissing in the club. Cool, come bring your ass nigga, you can get dick.
In the Vibe magazine of November 1996, there was an interview from Tupac which he stated, "I'm the new president for the next 4 years. Crucial conflict could go 5 times platinum, but no one will let them sign bills. They can't make any hip-hop laws. Once again, crucial conflict, not so much of the gangsta image." As we stated, conscious rap hit its crossroads in 1996. At Tupac's peak, at the time, a whirlwind of changes was occurring amongst artists, record labels, and fans. As Jonell Gibson stated, rap began to make the transition from deeper conscious lyricism to a more gangsta-based sound. One of the groundbreaking developments of 1996 that impacted hip-hop was the Telecommunications Act. This law was meant to diversify ownership and competition among the radio broadcast market on the surface, but it actually caused the opposite to occur. Since there were no caps on ownership in markets, many of the diversified radio markets evolved into regional conglomerates, many owned by the same people. Due to this lack of diversity, owners were able to have more say in what was being played nationally. This caused a sharp decline in the politically driven conscious rap. Hence the same 5 songs are being played repeatedly. Putting more radio stations in fewer hands has reduced listener choices.
Bullshit. 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 Fucking bullshit.
Corporations really began targeting hip-hop's underground economy in the hopes of reaping massive profits. Corporations like Sony, Time Warner, had small labels of hip-hop under their control and used their power to push others out of business. This gave machines like Interscope greater control and pushed their industry plants with destructive messages as the priority, eventually killing off the intellectual and conscious rap. Of course, in 1996 the Fugees were getting heavy MTV play. The score debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. You could say it showed that conscious-themed rap could still sell commercially, and that people still wanted to hear insightful, thought-provoking music. In comes Tupac, attacking the conscious.
Yeah. Heard the Fugees was trying to do me. Look, bitch, I cut your face. This ain't no movie. Then we watch some.
That don't sound like a diss to me.
I cut your ass. This ain't a movie. That sounds like a diss.
Yeah.
Although both the group and the artist were industry plants from the start, I'm simply showing what direction they wanted the community to go in. He then goes on to mention others.
I was a fan of KRS-One, LL, all them niggas why I came. That's why even if they came out dissing me, I could destroy them. I mastered their styles. They could keep writing new shit, but I mastered their styles like the 5 Deadly Villains.
He will destroy KRS-One, LL, and Rakim. All conscious rappers. Tupac given the spotlight at this period in the 90s, kids of that generation followed his words, his actions. The result is it increased aggressive thoughts and feelings towards the conscious. Think of everyone being mad at C. Dolores Tucker again. De La Soul, one of the most peaceful groups of their time, Tupac attacked them on record.
De La got a problem with this hard shit. Ever since me, myself, and I, y'all been garbage. I'ma keep it real, show you how it feels to ride. Y'all went 3 G's but not ride.
We see Tupac helping replace and dumb down society, along with Luke's hypersexualized content and Tupac's so-called gangsta image. Once a positive artist claimed to want to unify, but instead bolstered a coastal beef with a bunch of black artists.
My lyrics running all you cowards out of hip-hop. When we ride,
every black record label out there, we outsold them in 1 year. Every black record label out there, we outsold them in 1 year.
Man, fuck all you niggas. Hey, LL, leave my little homie. LL Cool J. Say what? Nigga, I'll rock your motherfucking bed. Who wanna keep with this old wild shit?
L says she love Tupac but hates some LL. Do you really want a thug or do you want shit?
All of this is setting society to head in a direction that isn't in the best interest of young men of color from the inner city. There is an over-representation of the criminal aspects of black youth culture. Politically aware artists were pushed aside by Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, then Tupac and Thug Life was firmly set. Tupac's false meaning of thug life was only a cover for what was really taking place. Remember, his thug life code was even aimed at the conscious person. Number 11 states to control the hood and make it safe for squares. What is a square in this context?
Park my car square, alright.
Generally used in describing a person whose goal in life is to have 3 squares a day, a roof over his head, a respectable job and kids. Tupac explained his real meaning of thug here.
My definition of a thug, nigga. Before I go broke, I'll be a drug dealer. I guess Luna be the one that hit a drop off and let the next nigga get it. My definition of a thug, nigga. I keep my hand on my cash and stay cool, my attitude shitty. My definition of a thug, nigga. Living back my 9 till it's time to go to prison. My definition of a thug.
Another thug life code says, rats are now like a disease, sooner or later we all get it, and they should too. This implies that he wants the drug dealers and other criminals to continue to destroy their community. If anyone tries to clean it up, you should kill them. Number 10 is repeated, snitches are out of here. Number 25 he states, be a real roughneck, be down with the code of thug life. Roughneck. Other labels planted ideas and artists that replicated the formula. Need MC Light. She was also playing a part as her writers wrote the image they wanted to popularize. This caused other young females to want it, and also caused some young men to be that roughneck to be accepted by those same females. Keep in mind, during this period in 1993, MC Lyte was dating Todd One, someone far from being a roughneck.
I love my roughneck and ain't nothing going down.
They planned out the agenda to destroy the black community years in advance, not just economically, but also in every social context.
Even white kids now that I know, they all have guns, and like they think it's cool. Like they come out in my gym, they're all showing me like different guns, like their bigger blades. They're like, oh, this is cool. Look at the blade I got. Look at the gun. I'm gonna go after school. I'm gonna go rob this kid. Like it's fun, and they see it in the videos because in all the videos they're always carrying guns. You see them shooting people down, smoking weed, drinking beer in the videos, and they make them think like it's cool and like that it's good. And then the kids take that up, and then they're all doing it in my school.
If you really look at this situation, it is not I who's being pimped. When you look at them white kids, it's them white folks getting pimped. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm making their future. I'm writing down their curriculum. Right now, what I write in my album today, when it comes out in 2 months, that's what white kids is doing. So who really is getting pimped? What I'm writing in my raps is what them white kids is gonna be saying to their mamas and daddies when they come home. Who is getting pimped?
By acknowledging he's programming white kids, he understands the level of programming being implemented in the black community. This alone indicates he's purposely destroying the community. So who got pimped? We now know that the East and West Coast beef between Tupac and Biggie was fake.
This is so minor. This is not about me and Biggie. Everybody keep talking about it. Do you hear me fucking talking about this? This is a major plan, a major strategy. That was the impetus or the starter or the generator that kicked it off. They happen to be the regime before me. Just like now I'm in power, everybody that love Biggie, they all like, I can't wait for Biggie to come back, or somebody like that, or Nas. That's why they root for them. They rooting for they people. And when I was gone, that's why all my niggas was like, we can't wait for them to come. It brings money. It's economics. You know what I mean? I study this shit. Yeah, I'm bringing money to New York.
We have Tupac admitting it's all for record sales. He started beef with a bunch of conscious New York rappers, made people buy into it, and divided the community to fill their pockets.
So who really is getting pimped?
Along with attacking other conscious artists, we have Tupac verbally attacking P. Diddy. Bad Boy Records in the 90s pretty much controlled mainstream hip-hop. Not seen as much of a gangsta label, but instead, a sound that reintroduced rap to its origins in R&B, dancing, flashy, and having fun. In comes Tupac.
Fuck Bad Boy as a staff, record label, and as a motherfucking crew. And if you want to be down with Bad Boy, then fuck you too. We Bad Boy killers.
To this day most have some type of hatred for Diddy. The truth is they both fooled the public, but one plan they set out was to destroy the awake side of the mind and reduce it down to an aggressive, angry nature. This would later help countless males to be delivered to the prison system, in which they invest in.
This is a major plan, a major strategy. That was the impetus or the starter or the generator that kicked it off. It brings money. It's economics. You know what I mean? I study this shit. Yeah, I'm bringing money to New York.
It goes without saying that rap in 1996 is known for a number of things, but conscious rap is often overlooked. As of today, conscious rap is almost abandoned. So if you've ever wondered how we get here with today's drill music, one reason is Tupac and other artists, and the Jewish music execs that fund it all. They're hired military rappers, they're Masonic rappers, nepotism, hired ghostwriters, they're in-house producers who stole from the up-and-coming. Tupac presented himself as just a rapper from the projects, but the names he chose told us something was being hidden. The word thug represents cheating, swindling, deceiving, criminal concealing. Machiavellian represents cunning, scheming, and unscrupulous. Tupac was nothing more than a stochastic terrorist.
I always wanted to make a book out of my life, like a fairy tale.
Woman from infinity to infinity. Here we go. UNITY. on your head and you call yourself a gangster, bitch. Now that you saw Apache's video, I saw you wildin', acting like a fool. But where did all of this come from? A minute ago you wasn't heard and nobody ever heard of you. Now you a wannabe hard. There's plenty of people out there with triggers ready to pull it while you trying to jump in front of the bullet.